Let's focus on Marico for a moment. Volume growth seeing a slide this quarter by 14%, although it's the best for Saffola since September. And what's the outlook now going forward? We've got Saugata Gupta joining us this morning. Saugata, this is a third consecutive quarter of volume growth decline. Take us through really whether you feel the worst is over. Do you see a recovery in the coming quarter?
So if you look at, I think the volume growth, you have to look at it in two constructs. First, I think April was almost a near washout. In May and June, we delivered 3% volume growth. And July, so far, the trend shows that I think we are on growth. Having said that, I think, as you know, this quarter, things are a little more trickier in terms of a lot of localized lockdowns, disruption in various parts of the country. So if the situation doesn't drastically deteriorate from now, I think a combination of two things. We have a lower base in Q2 and Q3 last year. And we are, I think, in terms of agility and execution versus a lot of other smaller players, I think there is potential for getting market share. I think we should be able to deliver volume growth over the next 2-3 quarters.
Sure. Now, Saffola, of course, has managed to post a robust growth of about 16%, increased home consumption there as well. Do you see, with things gradually unblocking, growth continuing at this level?
So Saffola delivered double-digit volume growth even in Q3 last year. And if you really look at it, even till March, it was delivering double-digit volume growth. Maybe the last 8 to 10% in the Q4 was pantry loading. As far as Saffola is concerned, even this quarter, maybe there was some pantry loading in the first 15 days of the quarter. But I think people, in terms of two things, one is people are wanting trusted brands. Number two is there has been a significant increase in in-home cooking, and that in-home consumption is here to stay. While the unlocking is happening, at the same time, I think people will be extra cautious and there will be a bigger trend in in-home consumption. Having said that, we will continue to drive our penetration. There is a huge penetration task in Saffola. And lastly, I think Saffola would have delivered even 20% plus this quarter also. But Saffola has a high saliency in modern trade. And as you know, modern trade, there has been a decline because of various reasons. And also CSD, which Saffola has a high saliency. Our overall CSD business was around nearly 50% down this quarter.
Right. Saugata, Parachute declined by about 11%. There was a decline in VAHO category as well by 30% in volume terms. Do you really think the pressure on these segments is temporary? Can we expect to start seeing recovery in the coming quarters?
See, again, as I said, that if you look at our, our performance with respect to the annual run rate, because last year, our Q1 contributed 31% of our top line because our Q2, Q3 was depressed and Q4, there was the first start of the lockdown. So I think if you look at it from that point of view, Parachute clocked 111% of our annualized run rate in Q1. So if we maintain this run rate, we believe that we are going to get growth. I think as far as value-added hair oil is concerned, I think we had almost very negligible sales in April. We started selling it only towards the last week of April. And value-added hair oils actually delivered a little bit of growth in May and June. And overall, in last quarter, it did 94% of the annual run rate. So there is a good chance if there is no drastic deterioration of the current situation with respect to COVID. We believe that we are in a position definitely to deliver growth in Parachute and gradually also deliver growth in value-added hair oils. Also, 90% plus of our portfolio, we gained market share. And we believe because of our strength of direct distribution, especially in rural, which is doing well, and our overall supply chain agility, we have a competitive advantage with respect to a lot of smaller players. So even if the category growth is dampened, if we get our pricing, we are taking aggressive calls on pricing and distribution, right? There's an opportunity to increase market share.
Okay, but talking about, pricing with a mild deflation in raw material prices, especially copra prices in particular, and given the benign outlook, are you looking to pass on the benefits to the consumers to boost the demand, specifically for the Parachute as well as value-added hair oil portfolio?
Yeah, exactly. So we have already started that process in terms of through promotions. We have taken a 5 to 6% kind of a correction. We believe that while people are wanting trusted brands, there is going to be a stress given there will be a lowering of the disposable income in the post-COVID situation. And therefore, pricing and providing value to the consumers is extremely important. And we have taken that 5 to 6% net price correction through promotions and price offs. We also believe that people will want trusted brands but will go for lower packs, and there will be a focus on the smaller packs. Secondly, I think a lot of across the organization there is a significant exercise to manage costs, and we will drive most of these cost savings into consumer pricing to a large extent. Even if, having said that, I think we are expecting a mild deflation in copra. But even if there was no deflation, we have had to take some pricing calls given the lower disposable income in the consumer's hands.
All right, Saugata, we'll leave it there. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.